Many of you have heard of the Church of Jediism headed up by Daniel Jones in the UK. For just over 2 years, I have watched Mr. Jones get dragged through the media and his church turned into the poster child of the Jedi community. What many do not realize is that Daniel Jones is not speaking for the entire community. And to be quite frank, many of us in the Jedi community do not like the sort of attention he's bringing to us. That being said, I should probably tell you that this little infomercial is not being done with the support of the Jedi community or any particular group within our ranks. Rather, this is me responding to a commercial posted by the Church of Jediism earlier this month and the actions of certain Jedi members within the community. However, if you would like to show your support, or lack thereof, you can post it in the comment boxes below and let my viewers know how you feel. Most people who come across Jediism associate us with the 2001 Census. Although I cannot attest to the first groups who started on the Jediist path, I can accurately inform you that the defining work began with online groups dating back as far as 1998. A good chunk of these works still survive through the passing of information between our community elders and the younger generation. In the census, a large number of people listed their religion as Jedi. Today, you can see how far people have taken those numbers and used them to justify the existence of Jediism. And even in the Church of Jediism, it is clearly shown that this number has been applied for their own purposes, staking claim to the majority of the Jedi community as being part of their own church. The fact of the matter is, many of those who participated in the census were joking. Seriously, they were joking. I've met quite a few of them that listed their own down as Jedi, but they were joking. If you look into his own history, you can find where Daniel Jones was also not taking it so seriously. He only started taking it seriously about 2007, probably around the time that he decided this church should be created. To a lot of people who do claim Jediism as a religion, perhaps the most irritating knowledge is that there is a belief Daniel Jones was the first to establish a Jedi church in the world. In 2003, the Jedi community saw its first effort to establish a legitimate church called Jedi Sanctuary. Jedi Sanctuary was ordained by the Universal Life Church. Later on in 2005, Briar John Phelan decided to begin his own church as a non-profit religious organization through the state of Texas named Temple of the Jedi Order. Although Jedi Sanctuary had members spanning from across Europe, and even members as far as the Philippines, Temple of the Jedi Order is considered the first legal international church listing an office holder from Germany in their contract with the state of Texas. Sadly, Jedi Sanctuary closed their halls down within the last year. However, Temple of the Jedi Order is still operational. Then, in 2008, 3 years later, Daniel Jones finally rose to power as leader of his own Jedi church. Earlier this year, there's been yet another Jedi church opened up. They are known as Colsare Covenant and nicknamed the Jedi Way. Colsare is a non-profit religious organization registered with the state of Nebraska and was founded by Reverend Elaine. Now, there is one other possible church which I do not have a lot of information on. This is the Jedi Church, which is ran by a New Zealand group. I have yet to determine when they were formed or if they have any legal status, but I feel that they should receive an honorable mention just in case. In recent media discussions, the center of the Jedi community seems to be on that hood issue. For those of you who do not know the stories, in September of 2009, Daniel Jones was kicked out of Tesco for refusing to take off his hood when approached by security officers. And then in March of this year, Chris Jarvis was thrown out of a job center for refusing to do the same thing. However, last year, about a month after the incident, in 2009, a group of people from the Jedi community spoke with Mr. Jones about the policy of the hood. As it turns out, the hood is more of a suggestion rather than a law in the church. And I quote directly from Mr. Jones. "We do not force or rule any of our members to wear hoods in public, but we do state in our handbook that in large audiences to cover the back of their heads because we feel a lot of people cause a lot of bad energy. And as a human is susceptible through the back of one's head to get this, but this is only for those in our church, and it is an option on a religious basis, and that the hood represents what we in our church stand for, and that the way we train and store energy." That's a mouthful. But it's quoted directly, I did not make that up. The fact that other Jedi in the meeting asked about the hood should tell you something. Most of us are not in support of the idea behind wearing a hood. Why? Because it keeps us under the guise of being Star Wars fanatics. Truth be told, some of us don't even like Star Wars. Sorry, Lucas, that's just how it is. I'm not a big fan. And I've met a few others that really aren't either. But the philosophy of true modern-day Jedi realism happens to fit in with our beliefs and our practices. So that's why we're there. Nothing more, nothing less. Of course, this leads to another finding that you may see within the community. There are a lot of teachings which use Star Wars universe to enhance their understanding of Jediism. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's our only source. In many cases, you will find the underlying themes of Joseph Campbell's work being that those of us in the Jedi community draw from our own research into comparative theologies. We also have those who draw from their own jobs or majors to produce works aimed at improving yourself and your community. There are many different schools of thought in the Jedi community. If you are interested in joining or simply want to learn more, please let me know. I'm almost everywhere this community has to offer, so I can probably point you in the right direction. If you're looking to start your own Jedi chapter, I highly recommend that you speak with the staff of all three available churches, Temple of the Jedi Order, Church of Jediism, and the Jedi Way, before you make a decision to commit to either one. You can find my email listed in the description below, or simply shoot me an email here on YouTube. Thank you for your time.